Hi guys, today we will take a look at the Vaxee NP01S Ergo gaming mouse. It is Vaxee's newest release and it is probably the best Vaxee mouse to date in my opinion. First, let's talk about the shape. So from the first glance it looks like a lot like the much loved NP01S, but there are some key changes that makes it feel pretty different in hand, hence the Ergo name. The back hump is slightly taller and rounder and it fills the base of my hand in a way it feels it was almost form-fitted to my hand. The lower left corner supports the base of my thumb and the right side gives me support to the pinky and ring finger very naturally. It is also a bit wider than the NP01S and it will feel more full in your hand compared to that. For me it sits between the NP01 and the NP01S in hand feel. The Ergo name comes from the fact it now has a slight tilt to the right, like on some traditional ergonomic mice, and it really suits this mouse shape well. It is one of the most natural feeling claw grip shapes for me and probably my favorite Vaxee shape to date. Vaxee also jumped on the more forward sensor placement train and they now shifted the sensor slightly forward compared to the previous mice, and they also shifted it back to being centered with the scroll wheel. On the NP01S V2 it was slightly to the side, and while it did not bother me that much, it required a slight adjustment period when swapping from another mouse. This sensor placement is really good and it allows just the right amount of finger control. The build quality is yet again incredible. It is built like a tank and everything from the main body to the main buttons are insanely rigid. The weight is just under 60 grams, which is a nice weight that you can get used to very easily. I know many people are preferring lower weight mice nowadays, but I personally prefer a super rigid 60 gram mouse to a flimsy 40 gram mouse any day. The coding is yet again very good matte coding, and Vaxee has been going really hard with the color options lately. With this release you will have colors like this Lake Placid green, which looks like a lot like baby blue, maybe slightly different, and then white, black, brown, pink and a lime green colorways. Currently only this one and the white one are available, but the colors are releasing soon. The switch implementation is using the same chassis structure as on the NP01S V2 and the XE-V2, but the click force is matched with the XE-V2. It is a very satisfying, reliable click with zero grinding and wobbliness, and there is just no bad things to say about these. The side buttons are also really nice and go in the shell just the right amount. And the scroll wheel has nice tactile steps and a balanced scroll wheel click all around. They also now upgraded the skates quite a bit and they are now thicker than previously. For the longest time the main gripe with Vaxee mice was the skates, but with the recent releases they have made them a lot better, and these are honestly really good. The shape is not compatible with the models for their other mice anymore, but I don't think this is a big problem unless you have a huge stock of Vaxee compatible skates with you. I've used them with glass and cloth and they just work wonderfully. With this release they also introduced a new interesting feature called the tracking mode. You can now choose between the traditional Vaxee experience and a smooth and controlled mode. I tried both and I think I can feel a slight difference with the latter, making my aim feel less jittery after I drank 6 cups of coffee and used it with a glass pot. There were times I thought I should not be able to hit that shot. It could be placebo, it might not be, but experiment with both to see which one suits you the best. Then on the web driver you have the rest of the settings easily configurable, so no more you have to remember different button combinations and what does what, but that is not a new feature on this one since it has been possible for like a half a year now, I think. Yeah, my personal experiences with this mouse have been all positive. It is the perfect in between the NP01 and NP01S, with the added slight tilt for more comfort, and it is tuned to perfection from clicks to the coding. It is a very premium mouse offering that is reflected on the price, yes, but you don't get this kind of build quality from any other brand. So yeah, incredible stuff yet again from Vaxee. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Goodbye.